Harry has arranged a late-night date with the girl of his dreams, Julie, but he oversleeps because his alarm fails to go off and arrives at the meeting place deep into the night. With nothing better to do, he answers a ringing phone in a phone booth, and that decision turns out to be fateful. A panicked voice on the other end tells Harry that the United States has just launched nuclear missiles at the enemy. The bad news is that the other side has responded, and in a little over an hour, the US will be hit by a nuclear apocalypse. The 1980s were a difficult time for many reasons, one of them being the ever-growing fear of nuclear war. Civil defense classes where children were taught how to behave during a nuclear blast, along with dark jokes about covering yourself with a bedsheet and crawling toward the nearest cemetery, are etched into the memories of everyone who lived through that era. This anxious anticipation of a mushroom cloud on the horizon left an indelible traumatic mark on an entire generation. Miracle Mile is a film that takes this fear of apocalypse and tries to transfer it onto the screen. The writer-director of Miracle Mile, Steve Jarnatt, began developing the story back in the early 80s. In 1983, the finished script made American Film Magazine's list of the 10 best unproduced screenplays, but the project fell into development hell. Jarnatt intended to direct the film himself, but Warner Brothers, for whom he wrote it, didn't want to entrust it to a first-timer, and at one point even considered reworking it as the basis for a feature-length Twilight Zone film. For several years, Miracle Mile bounced from studio to studio. Jarnatt was pressured to rewrite the relentlessly bleak ending and to shift the focus from melodrama to thriller, but he refused to budge. In the end, he did direct the film himself, casting the far-from superstar Anthony Edwards and Mare Winningham in the lead roles, and refusing to change a single word of his script for the sake of commercial appeal. What he ended up with is very hard to judge. It's an uneven, jagged film, but also a genuinely terrifying one that masterfully captures a sense of vague anxiety that mutates into paranoia and primal fear. One of Miracle Mile's greatest strengths is its soundtrack by Tangerine Dream. The band had previously lent their otherworldly music to Risky Business, Firestarter, and Legend, and here it fits perfectly with the pre-dawn gloom of a sleeping city. Harry doesn't know whether to believe the anonymous caller, but in the diner where he's waiting for Julie, there happens to be a woman from the intelligence services. She quickly checks the information through her channels and sets a countdown in motion, ramping up the panic with every passing minute. The world is about to collapse, and Harry runs to Julie's place. He has to save her in time. Jarnatt originally conceived the film as a love story, and in that sense, Miracle Mile strongly resembles the much later Titanic. Harry finds Julie, but now they have to escape a city that's being swallowed by chaos as rumors of incoming nuclear missiles spread like cancer metastases. Lacking a large budget, Jarnatt managed to create only a handful of truly spectacular scenes, but they're sure to stick in your memory thanks to their sharp, desperate emotional intensity. The same goes for the ending, where Jarnatt suddenly reaches a kind of cosmic poetic register, and for that, Miracle Mile forgives uneven performances and any rough edges in the script or direction. It's a film that leaves behind a heavy cloud of radioactive ash and existential melancholy, something that's not so easy to shake off. And that matters, because sometimes all it takes is a reminder that humanity is only a fleeting moment in the history of the universe.